It's 6 o'clock. It's Saturday the 22nd of July, and it's not very nice outside there this evening. In fact, it's quite dark here in Wyke, Regis, and usually the sun is streaming through the studio window this time of day, and we have trouble with the lighting, but tonight we have no light whatsoever, and we are relying on the studio lights. So there we go. Hopefully it'll get better as the weekend goes on. And in the news tonight, Greenhill and Sunset Gardens in Weymouth have been awarded the Green Flag Award. Greenhill Gardens and Sunset Gardens retained their accreditation, which they previously had, the International Quality Mark for Parks and Green Spaces. It's a testament to the hard work and dedication of the team that care for these green spaces so that everybody can enjoy them. Keep Britain Tidy's Green Flag Award Scheme Manager Paul Todd, MBE, said, "I would like to congratulate everyone involved in both gardens in achieving the Green Flag Award. Greenhill and Sunset are both a vital green space for the community in Weymouth, bringing people together and providing opportunities to lead healthy lifestyles. The staff and volunteers do so much to ensure that it maintains the high standard of the Green Flag Award, and everyone involved should feel extremely proud of their achievement." Now, the Clockhouse at Greenhill is one of the highlights of the gardens and is currently having some refurbishment done. The replacement of the Clockhouse will allow the public to see the fascinating workings of the clock, giving them the pride of place they deserve. The project has been designed, managed and funded by the wonderful friends of Greenhill Gardens. And in Sunset Gardens, it's a great open space near to the Rodwell Trail, offers a cafe, toilets, amazing coastal views, along with the ruins of Sunset Castle. A feature pond with fountain provides another focal point in the gardens. And staying with the Green Flag Awards on a county-wide basis, 3 country parks and 2 native sites operated by Dorset Council have also been awarded the Green Flag Award. Dorset Council is celebrating after receiving 5 Green Flag Awards for Avon Heath, Stour Meadows, Milldown, Dilston and Thorncombe Woods, Blackheath and Hardy's birthplace sites. Duston Country Park has also achieved the Green Heritage Site accreditation, supported by Historic England for the management of its historic features. The Green Flag Award scheme, managed by environmental charity Keep Britain Tidy under licence from the Department of Levelling Up Housing and Communities, recognises and rewards well-managed parks and green spaces, setting the benchmark standard for the management of green spaces across the United Kingdom and around the world. Now, a full list of Green Flag Award winning parks and green spaces is available on the Keep Britain Tidy website. So just go to Google and search for Keep Britain Tidy. Now, plans for an 80-bed re-enablement centre for Dorset have been unveiled. Proposals to start the design for an 80-bed re-enablement centre in the heart of Dorchester are to go to Dorset Council Cabinet next week on the 25th of July. The proposed centre would be on the Dorset County Hospital site near Bridport/Damus Road, forming a significant partnership for health and social care for the years to come. The new centre would significantly increase the capacity for the number of people receiving recovery and rehabilitation care and provide a modern fit-for-purpose facility for the future care delivery for all our residents. The proposal is the first development of a programme to ensure Dorset Council has the required care capacity, with up to £80 million earmarked for the purpose from its capital account. And this will build on work already progressed to support residents who are discharged from hospital or are recovering after a fall or illness in their own home. It follows the Council's decision last year to prioritise actions to address the lack of therapeutic recovery services in the county following the COVID-19 pandemic. The new re-enablement centre will help ensure that Dorset has sufficient care services to meet future demands for care, reduce pressure on NHS beds and service including prevention of admissions, help those patients that no longer need to be in hospital to be discharged more quickly, improve health outcomes for Dorset Council residents who are discharged from hospital but need ongoing care and support, and reduce pressure on the Council's finances arising from demand and cost of adult social care services. Now, this week saw the arrival of the Bibby Stockholm barge at Portland. The controversial plan is to use the barge to house 500 men who are waiting for the outcome of their asylum applications. There's been a lot of coverage on national news media this week, and there have been lots of TV crews in the area, with cafes on Portland getting extra business. The placing of the barge at Portland has been controversial because some people feel it's not an appropriate way to look after asylum seekers, and others are concerned about the impact on the area's services and possible security concerns. The proposals continue to see protest action locally, with other groups saying they feel that there will be no impact and the scheme should be given a chance. You can get a bird's eye view of Dorset this summer by bus between Sunday the 23rd, so tomorrow, and Saturday the 2nd of September. First bus size X50 Jurassic Coaster open top bus service will be extended. The X50 route will run from Weymouth, Durdledore, Loworth Cove and Wool to Wareham, Corfe Castle and Swanage hourly 7 days a week. Of course, with the with the national scheme of £2 bus journeys, you will have good value for money as well. The service has been extended this year to run all the way through Wareham, Corfe Castle and Swanage, and as we say, it will run hourly, daytime 7 days a week. Details of the route and times can be found by searching on Google for First Bus Jurassic X50 timetable. Tickets can be purchased online by the First Bus app or the driver, and can be cash or contactless. So if you fancy a little day out, why not hop on the X50 and go along to Wareham, Corfe Castle, Swanage for just £2. Great value there over the summer. Now, councillors and Dorset Council voted this week on Thursday to approve an application to demolish the former Weymouth and Portland Borough Council offices at North Quay, Weymouth. The green light for demolition marks the first phase of an ambitious regeneration plan for Weymouth's waterside economy. £19.5 million of Level Up funding was awarded to the council in January this year by the government's Department for Levelling Up Housing and Communities. The vote was tied 6 votes for and 6 votes against, with no abstentions. The chairman of the committee made the casting vote in favour of the officers' recommendations. North Quay is one of 3 key areas in the town selected for development. The 2 other sites are the Peninsula, the piece of land behind the pavilion, and the town centre itself. The approval this week enables Dorset Council to prepare plans for its long-term future use and market the site to a development partner. While plans for the site are drawn up, as a short-term measure, the site will be levelled and used as a temporary additional car parking space for the town. This is not the long-term intention of the site the council wish to confirm. Demolition is expected to begin later this year and will likely take around 15 weeks to complete. The cost of demolition and creation of the temporary car park on the site is anticipated to cost around £600,000 and will be funded through a government grant awarded to Dorset Council in 2021. Some of this funding has already been used in part clearance of the site. Now, a substantial landslip has occurred along the coast at Seatown Beach. Eyewitnesses believe that it's even bigger than the landslide between Seaton and Deep Beach in 2021, which was believed to be one of the biggest cliff falls in the area for decades. There has been a large landslip overnight at Seaton, Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service said this week. Please remember that if you are visiting the coast and walking the coast path, stay away from the cliff edges and don't sit at the base of the cliffs. Cliff falls are a great risk to because of the recent dry weather. A Dorset Council spokesman said in an earlier statement, rockfalls can and do happen at any time. The Jurassic Coast looks the way it does because of erosion, meaning it's always on the move. The Jurassic Coast is a wonderful place to visit, but it's important to use common sense and caution. Stay away from the edge and the base of the cliffs and always pay attention to warning signs and safety messages. It comes after several recent rockfalls in the Jurassic Coast area in Charmouth, West Bay and Burton, Bradstock areas. Now, Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance have this week received a wonderful cheque of £13,000 from a Weymouth charity. Weymouth and Portland Round Table presented a cheque after raising funds at its Summerfest Family Day in June. Held at Redlands Leisure and Community Park, last month Summerfest welcomed thousands of visitors for a packed day of activities and entertainment. The event included pop-up farmers market with food and refreshments, a children's football tournament, crazy golf, bouncy castles, rides and trampolines, and some falconry. Becky Heath, Support Engagement Officer for Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance, said, "We are extremely grateful for all the hard work and efforts of the Weymouth and Portland Round Table and all that were involved with Summerfest. The organisation and dedication from Round Table at Summerfest was exceptional. Thanks to their support, we are able to provide the communities of Dorset and Somerset with life-saving clinical care." Now, Adam Luckers, chairman of Weymouth and Portland Round Table, added, "It was a real privilege to present a cheque for £13,000 to Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance on behalf of Weymouth and Portland Round Table." He also went on to say, "We've recently held our Porsches on the prom event and have many more exciting fundraising events planned, including the return of Summerfest next year." Now, if you want more information on Weymouth and Portland Round Table, you can visit their website at www.weymouthandportlandroundtable.co.uk, or you can search for them on Facebook. To help raise awareness about free water refill stations along the beachfront, Weymouth Town Council is holding a tappy hour event on Friday the 28th of July, that's this Friday coming, between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. It's not really an hour, is it? That's 2 hours. But there we go. They're calling it a tappy hour, but it's for 2 hours between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Council officers will be joined by Litter Free Dorset at one of the refill stations on the promenade opposite the King's statue. They will be giving out free fruit and juices so people can fill up their reusable water bottles using the water tap. To help encourage take-up, Weymouth Town Council is also going to give away some reusable water bottles. Some of the water refill taps are located by the slipways to the beach, making them accessible for everyone to use. Councillor Kate Weller, Mayor of Weymouth, said there are more than 20 free taps stretching the Weymouth Pavilion end of the beach to the Greenhill Gardens end that can be used to refill water bottles rather than buying more plastic bottles. We hope that by raising awareness of their locations, visitors and residents will be encouraged to reuse water bottles and help us reduce the need for single-use plastics, which can easily drift out to sea and have a negative impact on our oceans and marine life. Now, on Tuesday the 25th of July, that's this coming Tuesday, Dorset Council's draft library strategy will be reviewed by Cabinet for approval. The strategy aims to protect and enhance the Council's library service with a fresh approach to delivering services and, most importantly, no proposed branch closures. The strategy has been shaped by public feedback and data. Work will be completed with the Council's equality, diversity and inclusion groups to improve the provision of accessible services. A review of library services will be carried out to ensure inclusion and access in the widest possible sense. Councillor Laura Bedder, who's the Dorset Council portfolio holder for culture and community, said, "This draft strategy has been developed using feedback from extensive public consultation, listening to the views of our residents and using data to shape the future of our library service. Throughout the whole process, residents have told us that libraries are at the heart of their communities, so this strategy is designed to protect and enhance them for the future with no proposed closures." The conversation doesn't end here. We will continue to work closely with communities and listen to their views on our proposals. Now, if you want to read the draft strategy and the supporting documents, you can pop along to Dorset Council website at www.dorsetcouncil.gov.uk, and if you put after it /let's-talk-libraries, you will find all the stuff to do with the libraries there. Now, a cruise ship provided an unexpected economic boost after pulling into Portland for an extended stay due to poor weather conditions elsewhere. The Norwegian Dawn arrived early with 2,360 guests on board when strong winds made her previous planned call untenable. She docked at the port's new £26 million deep water berth the evening before her scheduled day-long visit. A flood of passengers poured into the local area, especially Weymouth Town Centre, during the evening in an unexpected boost for shops, restaurants and bars before the planned day of excursions and trips. Now, Dorset Police is launching new public scrutiny panels to assess how the force is using stop and search and use of force powers, and is looking for volunteer panel members. The panels are undertaken by the public, for the public, and is designed to help the force make improvements in the way that these powers are used and conducted. They are made up of representatives of local communities who will be asked to provide the force with honest feedback on how Dorset Police are using stop and search and use of force powers. Successful applicants will watch body-worn video footage of real-life stop and search interactions and will be asked to review data to provide Dorset Police with honest feedback. It is hoped that panel members will work with Dorset Police and other community oversight groups to help build and maintain trust and confidence with our local communities that the Dorset Police are using their police powers with, and that they are using them legitimately. Now, if you'd like to join one of the panels, you can email, and it's quite a long email, Stop Search Public Scrutiny Panel, so Stop Search Public Scrutiny Panel at dorset.pnn.police.uk. So that's Stop Search Public Scrutiny Panel at dorset.pnn.police.uk. Now, staying with Dorset Police, latest crime statistics have been published that show Dorset remains the 6th safest area in the country after experiencing a rise in crime lower than other parts of England and Wales. The Office for National Statistics released data last Thursday, which shows that overall crime rose by 1.4% in Dorset during the 12 months from 1st of April 2022 to 31st of March 2023. This increase is significantly less than the national average of 4.8% rise in crimes, and puts Dorset as the 6th safest area in the country. Deputy Chief Constable Sam Derrea of Dorset Police said it is promising to see that Dorset has remained in the top 10 safest counties across England and Wales, maintaining our position in 6th place. We work hard to relentlessly pursue criminality and prevent and detect crime. We utilise the data to identify harm in our communities and target certain crime types to keep people safe. We remain driven in our efforts to be the safest county in the country. Now, 3 of Dorset's leading climate action groups have come together to organise a pioneering event with the aim of spurring the local community into urgent action to combat the threats posed by climate change and ecological collapse. Zero Carbon Dorset, Dorset Climate Action Network and Sustainable Dorset have joined forces to launch the first community-led Dorset Conference of the Parties, or COP for short. It's going to be in Dorchester on Saturday the 9th of September at the Corn Exchange. Hampshire residents and Springwatch presenter Chris Packham has produced a special recording for the event and hailed it as a brilliant idea, while highlighting how the scientific evidence shows that we have a very limited time and how we all need to step up to and demand the actions we require to secure a healthy and happy future for humanity. Laura Baldwin, who's an environmental campaigner and former Olympian, who will open the conference, said this event is not only groundbreaking but also of huge importance, not just for Dorset but for community activists elsewhere. That's why it hopes to attract people and organisations from right across the county. Now, a new park and ride service has started in Weymouth today. Operated by Transpora, the service will run from today until Sunday, September the 3rd. Running out of the Dorset Council Mount Pleasant Park and Ride facility, buses will run frequently into the town centre next to the King statue on the seafront at stand K8. Dorset Council used to run buses from the site into town, but this service was withdrawn, and since then anyone parking there has had to walk out of the park and ride site and head to a bus stop near Sainsbury's to pick up a standard first bus service. Transpora, which is working with Weymouth Town Council to promote the service, said that it saw a gap in the market and decided a new park and ride was a great way to support those visiting Weymouth. The new link will operate 7 days a week, including bank holidays, during the school summer break. The first service into town sets off at 7:48 a.m. and the last bus back to the car park is at 7 p.m. Customers do not pay for parking and instead pay on the bus with cash and contactless card payments accepted. It comes as a welcome move by some people, as parking charges in Weymouth Town Centre have been slammed by councillors and residents as being too high. Now, round 2 of Reclaim Festival kicked off in Weymouth yesterday at the Knowth Fort. Hang on, let's get the picture. There we go. The festival is targeted at young people aged 16 to 25 and features talented young musicians, DJs, art, vintage clothes, food and refreshments. It's free to attend and takes place 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The Reclaim Festival is a project based in Weymouth, Dorset, with the aim of re-empowering young people and providing a space to be creative and have fun. Taking place once a month over the summer, these free events will host live music, DJ sets, clothing and more, all planned and delivered by a group of young people from the local area for other young people. The project is supported by Dorset Council and Weymouth Town Council. The project is in partnership with Dorset Youth Association, Volunteer Centre Dorset, World Mail Hospice Care and Antics Music Network. Booking is advised. Book your tickets online via the Nothe Fort, and I think there's 2 more of those coming up in August and September. So look at the Nothe Fort website to get your information on that. Now that's the end of our headlines in tonight's news. Now, in our first feature tonight, we're going to return to the news that Dorset is to have its own COP conference, or Conference of the Parties, in September at the Dorset Corn Exchange. We mentioned in the headlines that BBC Springwatch and nature broadcaster Chris Packham has sent a special recording welcoming the event. So we're going to hear from Chris now.
Hello, Chris Packham here. I just wanted to say what a brilliant idea I think the Dorset COP is. Of course, these conferences of parties are essentially international, but all of the practice, all of the actual practical work will have to be done by individuals and, of course, communities. And the community of Dorset is a great place to start some of that work, certainly focusing more locally. So I hope that you can all get together and share those ideas, learn a lot from one another, motivate an enormous amount of energy and enthusiasm, but above all else recognise that you have a shared sense of commonality. This is not the time for nitpicking on how to solve the problems. It's about solving those problems. It's about going to it. So if you don't agree about the methods and the practice, push that to one side, because this is the point when we as individuals have to stand up and be counted. We have to make a difference. Our scientists have given us a very limited amount of time now to be able to prevent our planet from sliding into irrecoverable damage. We know we can do it. We know we've got the toolkit. We know we've got the will, certainly the will in the citizens. We just don't have it in those who govern us. And that, I think, leaves me with a final plea. I don't think we're going to solve the problem now with polite letters and petitions. I think that we, that's you and I, citizens of planet Earth, are going to have to stand up and demand the actions that we require to secure a healthy and happy future for our planet. And that means that we'll have to step outside of our comfort zones when it comes to activism. So please, all of you, think about stepping just one rung up that ladder. You may feel a little bit uncomfortable to start with, but ultimately at some point in the future, if you're an older person, a younger person may turn to you and ask you what you did when you really needed to act to make that difference. And if you can't provide at that point a satisfactory answer, then yours will be a very difficult place to be. So, brilliant idea. Hope it goes well. But please share that commonality and think about making a difference today, not tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, young people, shout above the noise for the future of humanity.
Thank you very much there, Chris, talking about the COP conference coming up in Dorset in September, and we will give you more information on that later this summer when it becomes available. Now, in recent weeks, we've heard about lots of investment in and changes at Dorset County Hospital in Dorchester. Last week, we heard about the new accident emergency department, and this week, we're going to hear back from Tristan Chapman again about the improvements to the discharge lounge facilities.
A key problem that we see across the healthcare system is delays in people being able to be discharged from hospital who are medically fit to do so. It's important that hospital beds are available for those that need them in an emergency. So it's vital that transfers out happen as soon as it's safe to do so. We had a last-minute opportunity in earlier 2023 to bid for £2 million funding from NHS England to help free up hospital beds and create a new large discharge lounge. The new building has been made using modern methods of construction, brought onto the site and then assembled. We also have used our own capital funds to increase the size of this building, so as well as the discharge lounge, we're able to add additional space for rehabilitation at the end of a patient's hospital stay. It's going to make a huge difference for patient flow across the hospital, and it will provide a much larger space for patients to stay in before they get discharged. And it's going to free up beds in the meantime for patients to be admitted to hospital.
There we go, that's some of the additional work that's been done at Dorset County Hospital. And if you've visited the hospital lately, you'll see how things are changing. I was in the A&E department a week or so ago, and I couldn't believe how it changed from the last time I'd been in there 3 or 4 years ago. And of course we've got the new multi-storey car park, the new discharge lounge, building work going on the old Damer's site, the new consultation facilities at South Walks House, and also work going on at Vespasian House as well. We really are lucky to have such good facilities here in Dorset, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more about those in future weeks. Now it's that time in the programme where we go to our usual contributor, Andrew Wright, for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to Wyke Regis TV Film Review and Preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend, the fantasy comedy film Barbie releases in cinemas. The film is based on the toy line and stars Margot Robbie as Barbie and Ryan Gosling as Ken, and revolves around the pair travelling to the real world on a journey of self-discovery. The film also includes a myriad of recognisable faces from film and TV, including Emma Mackey, Simu Liu, Nishuti Gatwa, John Cena and Will Ferrell. The film is directed by Oscar-nominated actress-director Greta Gerwig, who co-wrote the film alongside her partner, Oscar-nominated indie director Noah Baumbach, and the film is produced by star Margot Robbie and Harry Potter producer David Heyman. The film is in cinemas this weekend and currently has 89% positive reviews from critics. This weekend, the epic biographical thriller Oppenheimer releases in cinemas. This is the newest film from acclaimed director Christopher Nolan and follows the life of theoretical physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who was pivotal in developing the first nuclear weapons during World War II. The film stars Cillian Murphy as the titular scientist, alongside Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh and Kenneth Branagh, alongside many other notable names and faces from film and TV. The film is being advertised as a spectacle with black and white IMAX photography stock being invented just for use in this movie, as well as attempting to recreate the Trinity test with actual practical explosions on set. The film currently has 92% positive reviews from critics who praise the visuals and Cillian Murphy's performance. This is a film I highly recommend checking out, but it is 3 hours long, and I'm actually really excited to get a chance to watch it at some point. It will probably be on home video, as I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. Oppenheimer is in cinemas this weekend. This week, the horror film Evil Dead Rise was released on home video as the 5th film in the Evil Dead franchise. The film is directed by Lee Cronin and stars Lily Sullivan and Alyssa Sutherland as two estranged sisters trying to survive and save their family from deadites. The film also involves original trilogy icons director Sam Raimi and star Bruce Campbell in producer roles, and the film's theatrical run became the highest grossing film in the franchise's history. I have not yet had a chance to pick up the film nor watch any of the previous installments, so please go ahead, check it out, and then let me know what you think on social media. You can usually find me through Wyke Regis TV. Use social media. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I will talk about the home video release of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much there, Andrew, and we'll hear back from Andrew next week where he'll tell us about Super Mario's etc. Now it's that time in the programme where we go for the national weather forecast to the Met Office, and this week we've got Rachel Ayres bringing us the national weather forecast.
Hello and welcome to your latest weather update from the Met Office. So it's been quite a dull and gloomy start to Saturday with plenty of cloud around and rain for some. And this is all due to this area of low pressure that's going to be swinging eastwards across the UK throughout this weekend, bringing some slightly stronger winds as those isobars pack together, especially across the southern parts of the UK through tonight. It will clear away though as we go into the start of the new week, but our winds will start to come from a northerly to northeasterly direction, so things are becoming a little cooler and fresher. But let's have a look at the detail for the rest of this afternoon. So across Scotland, although it'll be quite cloudy, maybe the odd sunny spell, it'll be mostly dry here, maybe the odd shower across the far northeast. Though elsewhere, plenty of cloud around and rain too. Some heavier spells across northern England and western hills as well through this afternoon. And winds strengthening too, especially across the southern parts of England and Wales. And those temperatures are going to reflect those cool and gloomy conditions throughout the rest of today. Temperatures only getting in the mid to high teens for many, maybe just scraping into 20 degrees across the southeast or even across western parts of Scotland this afternoon. Now, as we look into this evening's weather, and that rain is going to continue to make its way northwards and eastwards through this evening. So you might start to see things drying up across southwest England and the far south into the early hours of Sunday as this rain starts to sit across northern England and into northern parts of Wales, bringing some heavy rain to start Sunday morning. Though across parts of Scotland, plenty of clear spells actually as we go into Sunday, and those winds coming from that northeasterly direction. So a cool night to come and start to Sunday morning here. Temperatures may be dropping into the mid to low single figures in some rural areas. But elsewhere, with all of that cloud around and some stronger winds, especially for English Channel coasts where we could see local coastal gales, temperatures remaining around 15 for tonight. So Sunday morning will be bright across much of Scotland, though elsewhere pretty cloudy once again. We will start to see things brightening up across southern parts of England and Wales, with maybe the odd light shower here. But that band of heavy and persistent rain will sit across northern England and northern parts of Wales for much of tomorrow. And we have got a yellow weather warning for rain in force for that, as it could bring some localised disruption, especially if you're planning to be outdoors. Temperatures tomorrow will be faring better than what we're expecting for today. With any bright or sunny spells across southern parts of England, we might see temperatures reaching into the low 20s. And although across Scotland things will be a little brighter with that northeasterly wind, just feeling a little cooler here. And now as we move into Sunday evening, that rain is going to slowly sink its way southwards. So a clearer start to the night across the south, but eventually becoming cloudier with outbreaks of rain as well. But behind that band of rain, winds starting to come from a northerly to northeasterly direction. So clearer spells and feeling quite cool as we go into the start of the new week. Thank you for listening, and to keep up to date with all of our latest weather forecasts and any warnings in force, do check out our website and follow us on social media. Bye for now.
Thank you very much there, Rachel, for the national weather forecast. Let's have a look and see what the week ahead holds for us here down on the south coast. Well, here we go. It looks back to that normal sort of scenario of sunny spells, clouds and rain, with Tuesday looking to be the nicest day this coming week, but hopefully by next weekend things will have cleared up. So gardens will be growing again with that water, feeding the lawns and the weeds and trees, etc. So if you get some dry spells, get out there and keep those weeds down and everything trimmed in the garden. Now, moving to our What's On session, coming up in the next few weeks at Weymouth Pavilion, first of all, 23rd of July, tribute to the Carpenters. In fact, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, 28th of July, Islands in the Stream, music of Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. 5th of August, Magic of the Beatles. 10th of August, one here for the youngsters, Dinosaur Adventure Live. I know when they've done that before, it's been very, very popular. 12th of August, Rock for Heroes, early in the evening, and then later in the evening, on the 12th of August, Ultimate Madness, and if you like a brass band, 14th of August, Grimethorpe Colliery Band. They're very well-known, very popular brass band there. To get tickets and see what else is on at Weymouth Pavilion, you can pop along to their website, weymouthpavilion.com, or you can get tickets via the box office on 01305 783 225. Now, No Thought, 29th of July, Songs in the Sun. The 2nd of August, This Is My Theatre presenting Much Ado About Nothing. And 26th of August, Fort Fest, open air concert of local bands. Again, more information and tickets, nothought.org.uk. Now, turning to Arts Reach. Arts Reach, as you know, do all sorts of different sort of shows and events throughout the Dorset area, usually in village locations, taking the arts out to the villages and making it accessible for local people. It's always a good opportunity to take a trip out somewhere different and to see something different. And just giving you a few ideas of some stuff coming up for families in the next couple of weeks. 26th of July at 10:30 in the morning, We Are the Music, which has been put on by Oops, Wow, Messy Art. That sounds fun. That's at Buckland Newton Village Hall. 29th of July, Journey to the Stars. Now, we did feature that a few weeks ago. That's 29th of July, 11 a.m. at Martinstown Village Hall. 2nd of August, 1:30 p.m, Circus Skills Workshop at Broadmain First School. And then 3rd of August, I'm a Book of Fantastic Things, again by Oops, Wow, Messy Art. They're very interactive things, I think, that they lay on. That's at Lytton Cheney Village Hall. Now, more information about those and lots of other things that Arts Reach are putting on over the next weeks and over the summer, pop along to their website, www.artsreach.co.uk. There is literally all sorts of stuff there for you to go and see. Family stuff, arts, music, interactive stuff. It's an absolute packed programme over the summer. Now, later in August, 3 Inch Fools, which is a production company that we featured before last year, and I think probably the year before as well, are back with a production of Robin Hood. And just to wet your whistle a little bit, here is 3 Inch Fools telling us about their production of Robin Hood.
So what skills do I have? Loads. Archery, abseiling, giving to charity. Did I mention archery?
So basically I'm Robin Hood's mentor.
Well, sidekick.
Well, mentor. Little John Lennon?
Nope, just Little John, not John Lennon. Take the glasses off.
There's obviously a lot of men in this story. I'm actually the only woman.
What about me, Puppet?
Oh yes, of course, my mother. Played by a puppet. Puppeteered by a man.
I'm the King of England. Well, very nearly the king. I'm just waiting for my brother to die and for Robin Hood to give me my crown back. But other than that, I'm the king. Tell them, Sir Guy, that I am the king.
You're the king, sire. I was drafted in by Robin as a sort of PR stunt. Well, I think he realised he was just a violent criminal at the end of the day, you know, robbing people at arrow point. But if you're robbing people at arrow point with a vicar standing by, makes it all seem more above board, you know?
Well, Tuck's been an absolute godsend. Really reconnected us with the issues surrounding the poor. Some of them don't even have enough money to eat.
The poor don't eat money. Jeez. Shows how much you know.
That's Hood's answer for everything. Give it to the poor. I just can't understand him. I'd ask him if he'd lost his mind, but, well, he's probably given it to the poor.
You think the poor eat money?
No, I clearly don't think the poor eat money.
What they eat is chicken, sour cream.
Soured cream. Step by step, how does a peasant make soured cream? Come on.
Suppose you want to start with some milk.
Yeah, probably a good starting point.
Just let it
It's
go
$11.91 for God's sake.
off.
Robin Hood, and his merry men. Hey!
There we go, that's 3-inch Fools, production of Robin Hood, being brought to you this summer by Arts Reach. Pop along to their website, artsreach.co.uk, for some details. Now, the last events I've got for you this week is some events being laid on by Weymouth Town Council this summer, starting on Thursday the 27th of July at Tumbledown, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m, where people can enjoy crafty activities including pebble painting, creating butterflies, fabric painting and natural weaving. There'll also be fresh vegetables on sale that have been grown actually on the site there. Then there's 2 Wild in the Park days taking place at Lobmore Country Park on Wednesday the 16th of August and Radipole Park and Gardens on Tuesday the 29th of August. There'll be arty and nature themed craft activities, hunt for clues, on a park trail, making a bird feeder and all sorts of things like that. Now that's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's the 16th of August at Lobmore Country Park and 29th of August at Radipole Park and Gardens. Now, church services tomorrow in Wyke, Regis and neighbouring areas, 9:30 at Communion at All Saints Church and 11 o'clock at St Edmund's Church. And what else have I got for you? Well, just to remind you that our Saturday evening quiz will be on tonight at 7:30 in sort of 50 minutes time. The feed will go up live about 7:20, so you can connect. It's free, it's for the whole community and it's family friendly and anybody is welcome. Now that brings us to the end of this week's programme. I will be back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. If you have any news or events or any information you want to share with us, just drop us a line during the week by email to news@wykeregis.tv. We will be pleased to hear from you and we would love to share your news and events with people of Wyke Regis, South Dorset and beyond next Saturday. So until next week, have a good weekend and week ahead, and I will see you next week. Good night.